Welcome to the first day of Vlogmas. I'm so excited to be filming this. I have been preparing for Vlogmas all year. No joke. I've been organising it, preparing it, what days, what videos are going up, being filmed, edited, and everything. So I'm so happy you're here. Thank you for joining me. And today I will be giving you 50 gift ideas for media lovers, whether that's book related, movie or show related, music related. You're in the right place. Let's get into the list. So my first gift idea, I was going to show an example because I own one, but I think it's in a drawer and I can't be bothered getting it out, but I'll insert photos every time I'm on about a gift so you know what they look like. The first one is signed scripts. I just think this is such a cool idea as somebody who is an actor and who's grown up in theatre and who loves media and TV shows and films so much. I have a Stranger Things script that's signed. I assume printed signatures. I got it at a con where I met Gaten and Caleb and it was really cool. I just think this is the coolest idea ever. You can find this for a lot of shows and I just think it's sick. You can read the whole pilot of it. Like, why not, you know? Next we have concert tickets, just pretty basic one, but you know, if there's any artists you like that are touring next year, you know, at the moment I know The Weeknd's touring next year, Conan Gray, Renee Rapp, Ari Abdul, Maggie Lindemann, and I'm sure more people will announce tours. Also, I'd just like to preface before we move on to the next one, this is a mix of expensive and affordable gifts like concert tickets. It depends how big the artist is. You know, Weeknd is going to cost more than Ari Abdul or Maggie Lindemann tickets. You know what I mean? Like, it just depends how big the artist is. Some ideas I've got on here are definitely more expensive than others. It's just a mix of ideas for whatever occasion and whoever you're shopping for. So my next idea is Funko Pops. I feel like this is hit or miss for if people like them or not, but I have loved Funkos. I've been collecting them since I want to say 2015. My first one was a Five Nights at Freddy's one. I've been collecting ever since. You can not only get them for games, you can get them for TV shows, movies, celebrities, singers, anything. They make them for a lot of things, so there's a lot to collect for, so it's really cool. For example, I have Dexter ones, Walking Dead ones, FNAF, Stranger Things, Spider-Man, Harry Potter. Like, there's such a mix. I'm looking up here because that's where my Funkos are, but there's such a mix of different things. They also don't just do single characters, they can do whole scene. Like, I'm pretty sure there's a Vecna in the Creel house, or there's a mini Byers house and mini Funkos. There are mini ones too. I have 2 mini ones. And they also have started doing book nooks, which is sick. I know they are doing Will in the Upside Down as a book nook, and for somebody who is a media lover in all aspects of TV show, film, games, music and books, that is just the best thing ever. But a lot of them aren't too expensive unless you get a giant one. So I think magazines are an amazing idea because it's not just like, there can be magazines about so many different things. For example, this is my magazine collection right now, and I've decided I want to start collecting magazines because it's just so much fun. And it's also like something you used to do as like, or like, at least for me growing up, I used to do it as a kid with just, does anybody remember the Girl Talk magazines, like random magazines? But now I've grown up, I can get things that I have specific interests in. So of course you've got a lot of magazines on singers. I have magazines on singers I like, their vinyl collections, which is really cool. You can get songbooks. And I also have, because Stranger Things is my favourite show, as I mentioned earlier, I think, Stranger Things magazines. You can get magazines on your favourite shows. You can get them from different eras as well. So this era has the first 4 seasons. This one might talk about the 5th one, and this is very recent for the 5th one coming out. And then I can get ones for after the 5th season, you know? It's really cool. So something like that would be really good. You could get them. Billie Eilish magazine, OK Magazine is a good brand. For singers, I recommend those. Time magazine have done both singers and TV shows. It's all really good. Magazines aren't too expensive. They can be like 10 quid sometimes, which to me, I always think like, damn, that's crazy. But then a lot of them are, so I don't know. But I think you can't go wrong with a magazine. It's such a good idea because I'm sure there are magazines about games as well. For my next idea, this is something I really want to do. You can take them or buy tickets for them and a friend on a themed night out. So I know somewhere, is it Manchester, that do themed nights. They've done a One Direction themed night this month and I wish I could go, but you know, Christmas is coming up. I know there's like an Olivia Rodrigo and Sabrina Carpenter theme night coming up in the end of January. I can't remember if that's like 2 tribute acts or just the songs playing, but things like that are still so cool. Just a theme night out where you can get dressed up and have fun and be in a room full of fans, and it's not a concert, so there's no pressure to get there early, get barricaded. It's just fun. There's no pressure. Next, you could get them a journal, and they could do many different things with this journal. I'm somebody who currently owns 4 journals, but I'm sure I will own more and more, and I've had something like journals my whole life. I think they just help so much for different things. You could have one just to write ideas in. I have one for fun. It's essentially like a junk journal, so like I just write down my favorite shows, my favorite characters, favorite singers. Like, here's some of my favorite characters from shows I've seen, some of my favorite shows. I'm still doing that across a few pages. And one day I'll do a journal ecosystem video or tour if you ever want to see that. But I've got this literally off Amazon. They do it in so many different colours. I'm obsessed. I've got one for content planning, all the ideas for my Vlogmas videos and any videos from the past couple of months are in this journal. Here is this video's plan. You can get them one to where they could print a picture of a movie they've seen or a TV show and write their rating in. Same with a game or a book review journal. It's just, you can do so many things. Or even I have a journal just for mental health, whether it's just writing out my thoughts or coping mechanisms. But yeah, these are my 2 main journals. Especially this one with the Vlogmas coming up. You can even decorate the journals. It's just, you could buy them stickers to put on the journals. It's so much fun. I think journaling should be a thing everyone should do. My next one is one I want to get more of, because when I moved house I got rid of a lot of them. I did keep some, but I got rid of a lot of them moving here a few years ago, and now for the past like year or so I've been wanting to collect more, but I've just not got around to it yet, and that is DVDs. Because I know we have streaming, but once you have a DVD, you have it for life, you know, unless it breaks on you, but I doubt it. You'd have to do something bad for it to break. But once you have the DVD, you own that. That is literally yours. Because when it was coming up for Halloween, I was trying to find iconic horrors. All I could find on any streaming service that I have was remakes. I don't want to see the shitty remakes. I'm going to be honest. I saw the Friday the 13th remake, and I've still never seen the normal Friday the 13th. And I did not enjoy it. I thought it was really bad. So it's put me off watching any of the remakes. And of course, I have to see the classics, and there's nowhere to watch them. How am I meant to watch them? I need to get them on DVD. So I think just DVDs of their favourite films or shows would be a really good idea, or even those special edition DVDs, because streaming is taking over. Streaming can take things off just like that, unless it's originals or something. But even then, it's still a good idea just to have them on DVD, because that is something you then own. And you could get them a bundle of DVDs. I think it's an amazing idea. It's something I definitely want to start collecting properly. Who remembers going to a DVD store when they were younger and renting a DVD? I remember renting like SpongeBob's birthday episode on DVD when I was younger. And it makes me so sad that like things like that don't exist anymore. Like, it makes sense, but or like at least where I am, they've not heard of one in ages. But it's just so sad, but you can still get DVDs, you can get them second hand. Next up we have vinyl. As somebody who is a vinyl collector, I just think it's, again, such a good thing, you know, with streaming taking over and everything again. And it's just like, when you have this, it's yours, you have it for life. Well, for life, assuming you don't want to sell them. So there are different kinds of vinyl too. So depending on the person you're buying for, they might solely collect standard black, which makes your life easier. Standard black is called standard black for a reason, because it's the standard, it's the normal version. But a lot of vinyl, especially more modern ones, tend to have different versions. You've got blood records, you've got splatter, marbled, clear, like there's so many different things, so you'd have to see which ones they like. There's alt covers and just special editions like liquid filled vinyl, which are on the more expensive side for resale. And then you also have zoetrope vinyls, so this just so happens to be with blood records as well. But for example, a zoetrope vinyl is like a picture disc. There's also picture discs as well, but it's multiple pictures. So it's like when it spins around, the pictures are all kind of moving. So it's actually really cool. Zoetropes tend to be on the more expensive side. I got this for 55 quid, and I think that's cheap for Zoetropes resale. And there is nothing wrong with it. They do tend to be more around 70-80 quid from what I've seen. So if you are wanting to get something cheaper, I would just recommend going with a standard black vinyl or an alt cover that isn't too expensive. Oh yeah, and there's also signed vinyl as well. Or you could go with splatter vinyl, marbled vinyl, just more of the standard things rather than a picture disc or something limited. You can also get them CDs if they are music lovers and they don't do vinyl. CDs are a lot cheaper, so that might work out better. And there are different kinds of CDs. Again, they might do alt cover on CDs, but they mainly tend to just do normal covers, signed, special editions. So for Short and Sweet, Sabrina did Kiss Stamp CDs, which is really cool. For Wishbone, Conan Gray drew an illustration, and that was a special edition of a CD. So things like that are really, really cool, I think, as somebody who's a big music lover. So just CDs, even normal ones with nothing that they don't have, not a special, just a standard CD would be good. Next, we've got concert ticket souvenirs. So if they have been and seen their favourites or just people they've gone to see in concert, you could get them one. People even sell these and make these on Vinted. They tend to sell them on Etsy. I see them a lot, even eBay. So you can basically get a customized ticket. So here is one, for example, and it just looks cool, because nowadays it costs extra money to get a ticket printed and the tickets are quite boring usually. From what I found, it's just plain white. So everyone just tends to get an e-ticket because it's free and you don't lose it and it's always with you. You can't leave it at home. But this is such a good souvenir. They could make a frame and they could put all these souvenir tickets in of all the concerts they've been to. That is what I plan to do one day and I am so excited. You could get them a book. This one's quite straightforward. I know we've been very music heavy in the first few of this video, but don't worry, I mentioned things to do with games, books, and I have mentioned a few TV show movie things and we'll mention more. But yeah, a book. The next one is more expensive. This is a Kindle, so like a digital book. So you can read books on here, and I think that is really good because it probably does make it easier to read for some people. I'm not sure who finds physical or Kindle better. I don't own a Kindle. I like having physical, but I can see why it would help. And honestly, one day I might get one, who knows? But for Kindles, especially good if you travel a lot because you don't have to, pack the book and probably, the corners will curl and your book might get a little ruined. So it's always good to have a Kindle to travel as well. It's just a very portable thing. You can take it out. You can just whip it out and read it. Didn't like how I worded that. You could make or print them out or buy custom Polaroids for their wall. So, I tend to type in on Pinterest because I have them on my wall over there for my favourite TV shows. That's my TV wall. I have typed in something like Dexter movie poster, Stranger Things movie poster. I just put movie poster and they tend to pop up. You could try putting Polaroid, but that's what I put in on Pinterest. It pops up and then I make sure they're all the same size and I print them out. You could always back them with card. Honestly, I never thought of that. That probably would have been a way better idea. I just printed them off, cut them out, stuck them on my wall. You can get people to custom make them for you. Some of them, like the Euphoria one on my wall, I've actually put my own photo in for, and the Ginny and Georgia one. Hi, back from my mini break. I did mini break because my boyfriend's over at mine and he's working from mine, and then he came in to visit me because he didn't realise I was filming. So we're back. I wish I was still filming when he put his face into the camera. Polaroid pictures, you can find them on Pinterest. You can get them custom. It can be for a game, it can be for a song, it can be for an album, it can be for a show, as I've used them for. Next are canvas posters. They can be normal posters, but I have grown such a huge love for canvas posters. They're on my wall right next to me. That's my movie part of my wall. Also ignore my wallpaper, I am redecorating, which you'll hear more about later in this video when I show you some other media ideas. Okay, next is merch. So once again, this is actually quite broad, but it can be anything. It can be a shirt, it can be a bag, tote bags. I love tote bags. That's a good idea. A lot of singers do those, or of TV shows and games. Again, I'm on about any category really. You can also get totes that have books decorated on them, shirts with the books they love on them. Here's an example of one of mine. I have a lot of merch. I have a whole merch section in my wardrobe. I mean, to be honest, I probably don't have half as much merch as anyone else does, but to me it's a lot. This is girls, this is Kid Leroy merch. I also have, like Stranger Things merch, Dan and Phil merch, which are YouTubers. You can get YouTuber merch. So the next one if they have a concert coming up, you could get them a bracelet making kit or get them bracelets. A lot of people make bracelets for concerts now. I think it's become quite popular. You could get them, you could buy them bracelets, you could make them, you could buy them a bracelet making kit. I think that would be a really cool idea. You could get them a signed art card or insert of the artists they like. Next is a TBR jar. So this is for the book lovers out there. TBR means to be read. So you can put different prompts. You could either buy them on off Etsy, you could write them prompts in there, or you could make one for them, buy a clear jar. Then you could buy stickers off somewhere and completely decorate it. Here's some ideas from Pinterest or Etsy, wherever I get them from. And then you can look for prompt ideas. Next are book sleeves. I've only heard about these recently. So like I was saying before, how when you're traveling with a book or taking it somewhere, taking it out, it might get a little ruined. There is also an alternative for that, and that is a book cover. It looks like a little pencil case for your book in a way, quite protective, very cute. I low-key want to get one because it's just such a good idea. Why not? And every time I go on holiday, I tend to take a book. So perfect idea because I hate having my book loose in bags. I typically go to Etsy for things like this, especially since with Etsy, normally, I think always supporting small businesses, so that makes it even better as well. For the vinyl lovers, you can get a vinyl cleaning kit. You should be cleaning your vinyl. This is the vinyl kit I have. I literally got this from Lidl once, you know, they're like middle of Lidl aisle. So the next two, we have vinyl sleeves. So we have the outer sleeves and the inner sleeves. So the outer sleeves are protecting the cover itself, which I really like them for, and inner sleeves, which they protect the actual vinyl themselves, which is also really good. You could get them a special edition of their favourite book. So for example, I have If He Had Been With Me. I have a few more, but I'm showing you this one because I think it might be the cutest book ever. So typically just different cover, hardback. It tends to be sprayed edge, but sometimes with stenciling in or a quote in or something else. This is always a good idea. They are a little more on the expensive side, but it's worth it. It's their favourite book. They're more on the expensive side when they're from Waterstones, like this one. For anyone that doesn't know and isn't from the UK, Waterstones is our bookstore. That's like the only place to officially get books from. For film lovers, you could get them literally a white sheet and a projector, and they could project their favourite films and new films and shows they're watching onto that. Next is a decorative record. You can see them behind me here. This is my decorative vinyls, always a good idea. Or you could get the collage ones. I used to make them. If anyone wants me to buy one off me, let me know. Hit me up. Might restart the business. You can also get them for TV shows and games. Again, you can get them for anything, not just artists. Obviously, people tend to do artists because it's on a record, but I've seen plenty for TV shows. You can get tin posters of their favourite singers or anything. Again, like I've seen, you can get custom ones on Etsy and put in whatever you want. So that could be whatever they want for them. I have some above my bed there. They're from the Music Store, which is in the Trafford Centre in Manchester. I love them. Every time I go to Trafford Centre, I'm picking one up. It's so fun. It's become like a thing for me. I got my Lana one and then I got my Billy one. So next I'm hoping they have some more in. You could get them bookmarks. It might seem basic or boring, but I'd really appreciate it. You know, it's no harm in having more than one bookmark. I think everybody should have a few if you are like a proper reader, because you might be in the middle of a few books as well. Or you might want to have some with your special edition books. Don't know where it's gone. There it is. I could have a themed bookmark to this. Again, Etsy is your girl, it's the place. There's a lot of themed bookmarks, especially for series. Like I've seen Magnolia Park's themed bookmarks. You could put each one of them with each of the books. You could also get one of those that I recently saw in another YouTube video where you could stitch someone if you're feeling that creative, but personally me, I'd just buy one. Next is a bookshelf / storage shelf. So specifically, I do have this bookcase from IKEA, but I want these two thinner ones when I'm redecorating my room, just for more storage in my room, and I want to display more vinyl there, books, DVDs, and my magazines can have a proper place because they do not have a proper place in my room yet. They're just like these thinner shelves. I want to put them either side of my TV. These are called the Billy bookcases, I'm pretty sure. I don't know why I'm pointing this way. I'll only be showing one, but I'll be getting two of those. So you can do that for them. That's always a good idea. You don't have to get them two. You can get them one. Depends on the room. You could get them an actual bookshelf, or you could get them this. It's just more of like I see it as more of a storage one or a thinner bookshelf. Next, this is a bit more random compared to the others, but a digital camera. Just because who doesn't love a digital camera, to be honest? You can just document things and it's so much fun. Next, I'm quite proud of myself for coming up with this idea, but we have a concert kit. So essentially what you would take on the day of a concert. So you could get them a clear bag, you can get them specially decorated sunglasses off Etsy, you know, the heart ones that say like Harry Styles or something like that. You can get them a portable charger. You can get them bracelets as well if they're ready for this concert. And you can pop the tickets inside there and they can unpack it. This one is just actually useful. Everyone needs it. It's a book light to read at night. If you're reading at night or in Britain and it's past 4 o'clock and it's pitch black because it's autumn and winter, then you're going to need a light to read at night, because even though you have your own light on, it's still harder to see the pages, so you need one peeking over. You can get one peeking over, or you can get ones, I've seen like a sheet one that's really cool. I'm low-key want to look into that. Lego is always a good idea. I've become a huge Lego lover in the past few years. You can get Minecraft Lego, you can get Stranger Things Lego, you can get Sonic Lego, Superman Lego, you know what I mean? Like, you can get Lego of so many different things. You can get Lego flowers, which I love. I have those and I love them so, so much. You can get a Lego wreath, a Lego camera. Like, you can just literally get anything Lego, honestly. And I just think it's so much fun, and it's so much fun to build, especially together. If you get it for them, you may as well build it together. It's so much fun. I love building Lego with my boyfriend. He buys me Lego and we always build it together, and it's so much fun. So next, again, this might seem a bit random, but bear with me. I got this idea because of my boyfriend that got it for me, and that is the Mr. Men cups, because you can customize them. You can customize the color, the character, and whether it says Mr. something or Little Miss something, and you can put whatever you want. So for my 21st, my boyfriend got me Little Miss Possessive, and that might sound bad out of context, but it's a Tate McRae reference, and he did like yellow to theme the character and the album. Here are some examples I've come up with of Little Miss Short and Sweet and everything like that. You can just do things like that. It's just a fun little thing, especially if they love drinking tea or coffee. That makes it even better because I'm a huge tea lover. Next is a tattoo voucher. Not sure how much this relates to media lovers, but I just feel like a lot of the time people who get tattoos also are into one of the media things I've mentioned. So, like, for example, this tattoo of mine is a Madison Beer tattoo. Tattoo voucher, if they're wanting to get tattoos or if they have tattoos, never a waste. You're helping them out towards tattoo, and tattoos are really expensive now. Next is like these activity books. I've seen them in the Works. That's a UK store. If you're from the UK, if not, I'm sure you can find them elsewhere because I see a lot of Americans with them. It's like like Sabrina Carpenter activity book and stuff like that. The activity books always seem like a fun idea if it's one of their favourite singers. It's just always a fun little activity to do instead of doom scrolling. And also, kind of related to that, colouring books. Recently, I have found colouring books for books, so like obviously be able to get them for shows and things as well. I saw a Fourth Wing colouring book in the Works the other week, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever. I'd never like even thought in my head of books having colouring books, and I think that's the coolest thing ever. So like a book like Fourth Wing colouring books. Fourth Wing is a book, if you're unaware, very popular. That's the coolest thing ever. That would be a great idea, and I think colouring is so therapeutic as well. I feel like nobody's gonna not love colouring unless it's too complicated. You have these candles. Again, a lot of things that are like media stuff I see on Etsy, where it's like, like smells like the weekend or something. Now, for this one, you could get them a hardback of one of their favourite books, and you could buy them a rhinestone kit, and they could rhinestone it themselves, so it'll turn out like this. Or you could just buy them a rhinestone book. I'd honestly love to give it a go myself and buy a rhinestone kit, because I honestly think that might be cheaper in the end, but don't hold me to that. This is a really cool idea. I want to do this when I have read a lot of books and have a lot of favourite books. I want to get a mini bookshelf, like a mini bookshelf with mini books on it, and you can customise or print out what books you want to put in there. So I'll put all my favourite books in there, and that's kind of an homage, is that the word? Homage fromage to my favourite books, and I can just put that somewhere on my bookshelf or in my room, because I just love little things like that. Like, it's kind of really pointless, but it's not to me. Like, it'd make me very happy. Next, again, bit random, you can get them a calendar. Like, well, I mean, you can't if it's mid-year, but like right now it's November when I'm filming this. It's going to be December when it's uploaded. Everybody needs a new calendar, and I feel like everyone does need a calendar because you need to write down somewhere what you're doing, or I never remember anything and remember any appointments. But there's so many different kinds of calendars. You could probably find a calendar of practically anything, or customize a calendar, or make them one. Next is a record player. I think again, I know I said this about so many things. I feel like everyone should own a record. I mean, maybe not everybody, but I just think it's so cool. I feel like everybody loves a record player, even if they don't want one, they'd still love the idea of it. But if your person is so into music and loves physical music and physical media, and you know they want a record player, why not? And maybe buy them a record along with it, because it would just be so special. One of my friends got me my record player back in like 2018 or 19. So thankful, because that's what started all this off. Next, the headphones. I just, yeah, that's all. Next is a themed phone case. So, you know, again, a lot of people make these on Etsy or places like Redbubble. I've not visited Redbubble in a while, but I'm sure they do stuff like that. Even people on Vinted might be selling them. You've also got actual, like, proper phone case companies that, like, you know, like Gracie Abrams' ex Wildflower cases, things like that. A Bluetooth karaoke microphone. I've always found them really cool. It just seems like a bit of fun. Just a little random karaoke night. Next, everyone needs this, and I'm probably have said that 50 times in this video along with the 50 ideas. It's a massive fluffy blanket. Whether you're watching a film with it, whether you're reading with it on your blankets all the way. This is a really cool idea. I want one day, and it is a personalised book embosser. Again, I've seen these on Etsy a lot, and you can personalise what the image is and what it says. So it could be like Amy's books, because that's me. If you didn't know, hi. You could get one of those like phone or tablet holders that connect to your bed. I've seen them on Temu, but I know they'll have them in other places, but that's where I've seen them to know their existence, but I'm sure they sell them elsewhere. Because you could put a Kindle in this and you could read, or you could put your iPad in this, you could watch movies or whatever, put some Netflix on. Next is an art book of their favourite show or movie. I've seen these a few times and it's just really cool. I think I've seen the Last of Us one before. I'd love that one day. They are a bit quite expensive, I'm pretty sure, but worth it. Okay, the last one's pretty boring. I thought I'd make the last one really fun, but it's pretty boring. Annotating tools for your books, like highlighters and little sticky notes, but the little sticky notes can be a certain colour, so they're with the same colours as the book, and then different coloured highlighters for different things. Yeah, I don't have much to say on that. I don't know why I made that one the last one. That's quite boring. I'm sure it's not boring for the person giving it to. I just mean for this video, I feel like I ended with a banger, and I feel like I've said all the bangers first and left the boring stuff to last, but it's fine. Hello, the quality is terrible because this is editing me. So you're like, why did you say 50 ideas and it's only 47? So I've read through my journal and I was getting really confused because I said everything. I've only missed one thing out, so it would be 49. But I've realised I grouped the inner sleeves and outer sleeves of the vinyl as one, and that should be 2. So this video should be 49. But I'm just gonna still say 50 because I did write 50. I just accidentally missed one out, which was like fandom shirts, but I kind of said that in merch, to be honest. And then inner and outer sleeves were meant to be different, so just pretend it's 50, okay? I'm not going back to re-edit it. I have to get this up. Thank you so much for watching this video. This has been Vlogmas Day 1. I will see you up until the 24th or 5th of December. I'm definitely seeing you on the 24th, but I don't know if I'm seeing you on the 25th. It depends. I will be filming, but I don't know if I'll get it edited uploaded because it's Christmas Day, so, you know, doing what I want. Thank you guys so much for watching. Can't wait to see you guys again tomorrow, and welcome to 2026. Welcome to 2025 Vlogmas.